What's up everyone, welcome back. We've got another awesome image sent in for us to edit, and as you can see, these images has a low amount of contrast, a lot of warmth, and quite a bit of a fade. So we're going to be working with this image right here. We've been sent in this image, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I would go about recreating a style like this. So yeah, you guys can go give her a follow down in the description if you like her content. So yeah, I'll be putting your links down there, and let's get into Lightroom, see if we can create something awesome like this. Here's our raw image, and the first thing I'll do, I'll just chuck on profile corrections. I'll give you a look at the cropping, 4x5 for Instagram. And if I come back, first thing we'll do is add a lot of warmth to the entire image, and just give it a bit of a green tint. So, most important thing here is the shadows. We want to bring up the shadows a lot because you can see that the dark areas get dark very fast, so there's no shadows. The blacks get black very fast. So it's bright, 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 and then dark really quickly, and there's very little shadows. So I'm going to keep that pretty high. But then you lose a lot of contrast in the image. It just kind of looks a little flat. So it's a good idea to bring your blacks down a bit. That looks good. We'll bring the highlights down. And we know to bring the highlights down because if you look in areas such as back here, you can see there's a little detail in those clouds. And if we have highlights up here, you can't see any of that detail back there. So bring it down a bit until I can start to see a little bit of detail back there. Might just bump up exposure a tad. And we definitely need a lot more contrast in there. And we'll take down quite a bit of that saturation. Okay, tone curve. There's quite a bit of a fade and flatness to the image. As you can see, here's the bright bits of the image, and you can see they're really flattened out, and it kind of takes out a lot of the contrast. So we'll try to do that with the curves. Decent fade. And as you can see, bringing down the white point really adds the flatness to the image. Same with bringing down the highlights a little. Really get that flatness look with a little less contrast. And moving on to color, maybe some split toning first. So I think there's a bit of blue in the highlights, so if we just put a bit up there. Just a bit. Our sky goes a little more blue, and then we want some warmth in our shadows, so I'm going to put a bit of orange in there. Okay, so HSL, we will maybe play with the oranges. As you can see, it's kind of a olive color. There's not many reds, apart from maybe your lips. So the yellows, they're obviously quite desaturated. As you can tell from the shirt and back there. Same with the greens. And aquas from the jeans. So these yellows, I think I want them to be a little more orange. Greens. About there, as you can see, there's just a little bit of green still back there. Aqua, just trying to match up the jean color. It can be tricky working up here because we want to do some luminance, but luminance is also going to kind of change the colors. It's going to make colors appear deeper and more saturated or desaturated. So yeah, it takes some practice to know how all of these slightly affect each other. So we're going to be dropping the luminance of like the skin tone, so it's going to make them all look a lot deeper. Let's bring the oranges down. And then I'm going to bring the yellows up. So if you look at her shirt and the grasses back here, we really want to add that pop into the image. And yellow, it's affecting the edges of almost everything. So it really creates a nice pop to the image. And then I'll just bring down the blues. Okay, looking okay. Grain, put a bit in there. Sharpening needs to come up. And for now we'll move on to the skin, or smoothing the skin. So there's probably better ways to do this in Photoshop. You should look up a video for that specific topic, but I'll just show you how I sometimes quickly do it in Lightroom. So brush over everywhere you want to affect. Get the red, just show where you're brushing by clicking that box down there. And then erase, and just we don't want to lose all the sharpening and smooth, add too much smoothing to the hair. So I'm just trying to brush those bits off. Okay, so what you want to do is we want to add in or take away a lot of clarity. Click off that box, and so if I show you before, after, it's quite hard to see, but then what you can do is just duplicate that again, and then that's just going to add another 100 minus clarity, and then you can do that again, and that adds another 100 minus clarity, and you start getting a softer and softer look. And then I might even do it again, take away sharpening sometimes that can help. I might do it once more. You start to get a really soft look, maybe too soft. Hold on, we'll just click on this bit. I'm going to add in some warmth and some purple. Get that nice olive look to the skin. And then maybe drop the saturation a bit. Then could maybe maybe a touch of green in there instead. Okay, and I think that's looking alright so far. So we want to enhance the focal point of the image. So we want to just add a bit of contrast right to the most important part. So we're going to bring out her face. Just want to drop probably the blacks. So reset all this. I'm going to drop the blacks, and it's just going to add a little more contrast to the middle here, and then just another one over her face. And a bit of contrast there. And a touch of exposure maybe. That's looking okay. Might drop the blacks. Maybe a touch more of a green tint. Jeans. Bit more of a greenish. I think it's looking pretty close. Might want to add a bit of sharpening into the face. But I will probably leave it there, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think down in the description, and while you're down there, comment some people you want me to go check out so I can go reach out to them on Instagram and ask them to send in a photo to do a tutorial on them. And thanks for all the feedback on the presets. You guys seem to be really liking those, so I'm going to keep trying to add value so you guys can get a lot more out of these videos. And yeah, you guys comment down below, leave a like, give me a follow over on Instagram, give her a follow over on Instagram. I'll put all their links down in the description, and I will see you in the next one.